Introducing equity into our classrooms can make these classrooms more inclusive and accessible for all. That's the importance of equity and why understanding equality is so important in schools. We often talk about what is fair, but is fair equal? Understanding the importance of equity comes from the difference between equality and equity. Equality is giving a person or a group of people the same resources or opportunities. Equity is recognising that an individual person has different circumstances and then provide the exact resources and opportunities for them to reach an equal outcome. Reasonable adjustments are a human right and are often very easy to accommodate. There's already a reasonable adjustments duty for schools and education, and that includes sensory impairments such as things that affect sight and hearing. Of course, we know that there are pupils who need to wear glasses or hearing aids due to sensory impairments. But what about the other senses? Lots of children suffer from sensory impairments, such as not being able to wear certain parts of their school uniform, or maybe they can only eat certain foods, and that then goes against the guidance and the guidelines for school pack lunches or school meals. But there are many simple and easy reasonable adjustments that can be made here. The reasonable adjustments duty is triggered only when there is a need to avoid substantial disadvantage. Substantial is defined as being anything more than minor or trivial. Whether a disabled pupil is at a substantial disadvantage or not will depend on the individual situation. Anything more than minor or trivial is what our kids with sensory difficulties are experiencing. But what if you don't have a disability as defined in the Equality Act of 2010? The problem comes when you aren't classed as having a disability as defined in the Equality Act of 2010, or an EHCP, which is an Educational Healthcare Plan. Let's go back to a child wearing glasses in school. Are they defined as having a disability? Well, unless they're registered blind or visually impaired, probably not. But would school stop them from wearing their glasses because of this? No, they absolutely would not. But lots of schools do insist that things like ear defenders, fidget toys, chew products, and so many more sensory aids aren't allowed unless they're written into an IEP or an EHCP. Now, there are proactive teachers. There are lots of understanding and proactive teachers out there. They have probably realised that by allowing reasonable adjustments in the classroom, these children are not only included, but they are also more likely to achieve their goals. On top of that, by putting these reasonable adjustments in place proactively, some children might not actually ever need an education healthcare plan. But what can you do now? If your child has sensory difficulties and is struggling in school, approach the class teacher. Don't catch them at the beginning or the end of the day because they'll have been busy and they won't have time to consider what you're saying. Do remember that teachers are only human. In the morning or the afternoon, they're trying to organise 30 children and it can be tough. So, make an appointment to see them so that you can discuss it properly. Give the teacher time to take everything on board. Take notes to the meeting with examples of your child's difficulties and examples of how and when sensory aids have helped them. Ask for a trial period with a follow-up meeting to discuss how it has gone. Reasonable adjustments are a human right and are often very easy to accommodate. Sometimes teachers don't understand or see this. They have a busy and stressful job and often don't realise how much difference such a small adjustment can make. As a parent, it will often come down to you to fight for what your kids need to succeed. You know your kids better than anyone. Good luck. I hope this video has helped somebody out there to get the help and support that they need.